At least twice a day, someone wanders into the shop and asks me, what's the sharpest knife in here? What's the best knife you have? And 9 times out of 10, I'm going to grab something made by Taruyasu Fujiwara. He's a 4th generation blacksmith in the Tokyo area of Japan, and he makes some of the coolest things we have. Fujiwara-san originally comes from a sword making family, and they've been at it for about 130 years. And he was the first generation to, instead of make swords, started making kitchen knives. The sword market's not that lucrative anymore. Everyone needs a kitchen knife. Not everybody needs a sword. But his family gets credited with a lot of really cool things in the knife making world these days. A lot of blacksmiths, they used to use, or they still do, sanmai construction, where you take 3 layers of steel using a softer steel to protect a really hard core steel. The harder the steel gets, the sharper the knife will get, right? The longer it'll keep its edge. But Fujiwara and his father knew that carbon steels, while a lot sharper, or could get sharper and harder, they were a little harder to take care of. So back in the 70s, him and his dad started forge welding stainless steel to the outside of the carbon steel to give you those 3 layers for edge protection and to bring the maintenance down on the knife. He takes credit for having invented the Nishiji finish, that pear skin, Nishiji, nashi pears. That's where they get the name. So he is one of the first people to start making that type of finish. They do all their own laminations in-house. That's one of the big reasons why Fujiwara's knives get so much sharper than everything else. In fact, Fujiwara's knives, he usually makes 3 lines of knives. There's the Fujiwara Nishiji, which you can see down here. This one is made with a white carbon number 1 with a stainless steel jacket versus the Mabaroshi. Also, stainless steel jacketing, white carbon number 1. The big difference is that with the Fujiwara Nishiji, he purchases laminated steel, whereas with the Mabaroshi, he makes it himself. Makes for a little bit of difference in price, but a big difference in performance, right? The more you hit steel with a hammer, the better it's going to work. His other line, which is kind of like the holy grail as far as knifewear is concerned, is the Denka no Hoto. This is a super blue carbon steel with a stainless steel jacket. It's got a beautiful dark karochi finish on it. Easily one of the sharpest knives in the whole shop. It's a real kind of rite of passage for a knifewear staff member to get a Denka. I know I bought mine. I worked here for a couple of years, and it's easily one of the coolest things I own. Fujiwara's white carbon steel performs like everybody else's super blue carbon steel, and his super blue carbon steel performs like nothing else. Nothing really gets sharper. It's important to remember that harder steels get to be more brittle. So as sharpness goes up, sometimes they get to be a little more delicate. And Fujiwara has a really interesting thought about that. One time I was very lucky, I got to go to Japan with Kevin. I met Fujiwara and we asked him, he said, do people in Japan, do they misuse the knives? Do they chip them? And do they complain about it? And Fujiwara, he's this very stoic, very stern-faced man. He kind of looks like he's a bit of a made man. He's a pretty tough guy. And he told us, he said, well, if you crashed your car, do you bring it back to the dealership? It wasn't the car's fault, it's your fault. So I guess what he's getting at is when you're dealing with something that's so hard, you got to take a little more care. Make sure you're taking care of them. One of the really nice things about using his knives, and it kind of lets you be more in control, is this finger notch here. It's almost like the knife is giving you a handshake. And then I almost describe it as it's like training wheels for holding your knife properly. It makes you choke up on it. You can get right in there and hold the knife properly. And then that way you're not forcing it. You're not tempted to scrape or twist or misuse it if you're holding it properly. Fujiwara's knives are a really great example of a Japanese train of thought, philosophy. I don't know what the right word is, but it's Wabi-Sabi. The idea behind Wabi-Sabi is that handmade things are beautiful because of their imperfections, because of their differences. And I think Fujiwara stuff is a really good example of that. Every knife is slightly different than the one before it. They've got this really rustic and raw appearance to them. I love them because they're all about sharpness. They're not necessarily the prettiest knife in the case, but they are by far the sharpest, and they appeal to me. I like the way they look. If you're ever kind of milling around the stores, or you got a little more, you got some time on your hands, you want to shoot us a message, you can get us at hello@knifewear.com. You can leave us a message in the comments below. We'll get back to you. If you're ever in Ottawa and you swing by the shop, maybe I'll tell you the story about how I got the nickname Pink Lady from Fujiwara. Talk to you soon. Bye.